When you first committed to taking the Dynamic Marriage course, what were some of your fears and how did that change during the 10 sessions?
Probably my biggest fear was being transparent, open, and honest with a group of people that I was not familiar with, people that I didn't know.
The positive thing was not only did we focus on some of the areas that I needed to learn and grow in, but we also talked about a lot of the things that we were doing right.
I wasn't sure what it was going to be like sharing things about, if we were going to be asked to share things about our marriage with people that I didn't know very well. And what I found out was that we got to know everybody very quickly and found that everybody was kind of struggling with some aspect of their marriage and found that it became very comfortable to do it.
I don't know if I'd call it a fear, but a concern I had was the time I'd have to spend on homework. And over the course of the 10 weeks, I started looking forward to the time I had to share with Vicki and going over our lesson together.
How does Dynamic Marriage differ from other marriage materials you have done in the past?
Over the years, I've done a lot of marriage courses and marriage classes, but this wasn't like a class. It was more of an experience directed at how I think and how I act in my marriage.
So I'm only comparing this to one thing, but it was definitely more interactive and more in-depth than what we had gone through before, so definitely a plus.
What was the most important thing you've learned from the Dynamic Marriage experience?
Most important thing I learned was really how to listen and communicate and meet my husband's needs. That was a real big aha for me.
I think the most important thing that I learned was what my wife's emotional needs were, and the top ones, and how to meet them. And it also was good because it kind of gave me an opportunity to get some more self-awareness about what my emotional needs were.
That no marriage is perfect, but when you work as a couple together, that you can have a great marriage.
I would say that no matter what level you're currently at in your marriage, there's a benefit. Whether if you come in a good marriage, it's going to make it greater. If you come in with a great marriage, you're going to go up to another level. If you come in and your marriage is in crisis, it doesn't matter what level you're at, you're going to get something from the course.
How have you changed as a spouse after completing Dynamic Marriage?
Well, I really feel that I value our marriage and what we have more so than before the class. And I think I'm really more intentional in my actions towards my wife.
The way I have changed the most, I think, is learning to listen and be aware of Jerry's needs, listening to the kind of day he's had, being available to him.
I show her I love her instead of just telling I love her.
For me, it was recognizing that what I didn't know was hurting me. That is, that I had to pay more attention to Shelley's needs and to understand that those emotional needs were very important, very real to her, and to kind of slow down and pay more attention to her.
What would you say to encourage someone who is considering participating in Dynamic Marriage?
I would say, even if you had a great marriage or a mediocre marriage or one in crisis, I think this course will benefit you. It's probably one of the best things we've ever done.
Was Dynamic Marriage worth $140?
Absolutely. After 38 years of marriage, I thought I knew everything there was to know about Dave. And I got more than my money's worth in learning who he really is and how I can keep him happy.
Yes, it was worth the $140. And why? I would say because Mike and I already had a good marriage. And I was really surprised at some of the things that we were able to learn about each other and discuss, things that I'd wanted to discuss probably for a very long time, but just didn't have the right atmosphere. And this class really presented that opportunity to discuss those things.
Dynamic Marriage was the best $140 I ever spent. To be able to learn what Sue's greatest needs are and how I have been chosen by God and by her to meet those needs is priceless.
Absolutely. In fact, Mike and I had gone through off and on counseling probably for over 10 years. And we've probably spent thousands of dollars in counseling. And so when we were told, it was going to be $140, I mean, we didn't hesitate at it. Then when we took the course, it was like 6 months of counseling condensed into 8 weeks, it was definitely worth it. I got more out of my money from taking the course than I ever did from taking professional counseling.
What is the biggest change in your marriage relationship since participating in the course?
Well, before I took the course, it was really easy for me to put the kids first, and now I make sure I make Brandon a priority.
And I'd say that we definitely make more time for each other, and I think we appreciate each other more.
Well, we talk more,
We laugh more.
we smile more.
And we do a lot together, almost everything. He's become my best friend.